if you could impart any wisdom onto our viewers right now, what would that be?
A lot of people have asked me, like, yeah, I want to be a stuntman. Like, how do I do it? You know, like, how do I, what's your advice? And maybe they want to just, if it's not that, or, and I always say the same thing, that um, it doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter what you want to accomplish. What matters is how passionate you are about your goal. That's the most important thing in life, is not what you want to accomplish, but how badly you want to accomplish it. And like, when I say how passionate you are, really enthusiasm is the engine which drives accomplishment. And it's fascinating to me that the word enthusiasm, broken down to its roots in other languages, it's entheos. I think there's other ways of breaking down the roots. It means with God. Like, when we're enthusiastic, like we are like doing God's work, like
it reminds you of the flow state. When you're in that, you tap into something that's greater than just yourself.
Yeah. And that's when when we're on fire for something, man. Like, so I just think following your enthusiasm is the way to accomplish just about any goal that you want to accomplish, and with caveats, of course. One caveat about like being realistic, maybe like somebody wants to be a big time Hollywood movie director. It's like, okay, I'm not going to say that that's not worthy to pursue, but let's start off with a more bite size, like, that's your end goal. That's what you want to. Let's find something that we can realistically, practically attain, that puts us in as close to that, as close to being on a track to that as we can. Let's seek out a job as a production assistant. Very reasonable to expect that you can get a job as a production assistant, which puts you in on a set where there is somebody who's got this position that you covet. And the closer you can get to that, the more you can glean. And whatever it is that you want to accomplish, having the enthusiasm to accomplish it, do not wait for anything. Start now. Like, if you wait for the right time to present itself, fuck that. If you wait to be picked and handed an opportunity, fuck that. Start now, with the one caveat that you want to find somebody who is closer to that goal than you are, somebody with more experience than you, who can guide you. Because if you've got something that you want to get good at and you just start on your own, there's a chance, if not a likelihood, that you're gonna be learning bad habits, which you ultimately have to unlearn. Don't go in the wrong direction where you're going to turn around and double back and to even get to the beginning. Find somebody who can guide you enough so that you're learning the right way. But fucking A, don't wait for anything. Get started.
It's a great piece of advice. I agree with that wholly. I think enthusiasm is a good feeling to look out for.
Yeah. For sure.
Lastly, just because I'm so curious about this, you have like one of the most recognizable voices, faces. You're just a very recognizable person. How difficult is it to just get things done? I imagine, honestly, anybody between the ages of like 20 and 40, especially if you're a guy, they know who you are.
At the risk of sounding douchey, I would even say that it skews younger and older.
No.
I'm not 80.
I want the brutal honesty, because people
like Matthew McConaughey. Like, I get older, they just stay the same. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's it just depends on the situation. I mean, like if I'm going around and like crowded places, there's gonna be
like everybody.
It can be challenging for me to be in crowds.
Yeah.
And like going through airport, whatever. But then again, with the whole like concept of life review, like every encounter is an opportunity to, like, you know,
make their day.
To have a good experience, which ultimately, like, I genuinely believe I will have. Like, because we are the same thing. Like, I'm, you know.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that. I met Chris Pontius 2010 at Mel's Diner at like 2:00 in the morning in LA. And I was so nervous to go up to him and just say hi. And as we were leaving, I mustered up the courage to go and say hi to him. The nicest guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, come take a picture with us. I was with some friends. We all take a photo of him, and he pulls out his knife and he goes like this, like he's about to stab one of us. But he left us with such a great feeling after. I still have it. We could put it on the screen here. But I still remember that. And Facebook tells you like what happened a year ago. And I always check that. And it comes up once a year, and I remember that moment.
Yeah.
And I've remembered it ever since. And it meant so much to me that he did that.
I believe that it meant a lot to him. Like, he's like that, man. But, there are certain situations where it's too, it's unmanageable. If they know, like, if I go to, like a UFC event, which like I'll be at on Saturday, like, you know, like I'll be in my seat, then they'll say like, oh, come over here. Like, let me get a photo, and I'll go over there. And then I'm just stuck, you know? And then it can become unmanageable, but like I'll throw myself into it every time.